And this is increasingly part of the problem. Someone who has been very outspoken on this and the need for more Muslims to come out and condemn this kind of behavior. American Islamic Forum for Democracy's very own Dr. Zuhdi Jasser. Dr. Jasser, good to have you back with me. We've talked about this issue before. You yourself are a Muslim. You are frustrated. You are angry. You are disgusted that you do not have more people in your community coming out and saying how bad this is for the overall Muslim community. What's your reaction to what we saw there at the stadium in Turkey?
Well, Trish, ladies and gentlemen, this is stage one of radicalization. Radicalization doesn't happen overnight. It starts in countries like Turkey. Remember, Turkey is run by the AKP, which is the Muslim Brotherhood of the Turkish movement. For 10 years, they've been radicalizing their country, moving towards a Sharia state, and their identity is no longer a secular Turkey, but Islamism. So no matter how evil they may be, they may look at ISIS, no matter how much they may be in with us against ISIS, at the end of the day, their team is the Islamic nationalist team. The teams they hate are the Western secular states, be it Greece, France, America, or Israel. So this is, I think, a clinic for the world to look and see. They love their Islamic states no matter how evil they are. They hate the West, and that's where the battle lines are in this global battle.
Zuhdi, fundamentally, there seems to be a problem with how they're grabbing onto this religion. I'm going to share with you a quote from an article, an excellent article that everybody should read in The Atlantic, called What ISIS Really Wants. And in this article, according to the author, Islamic State, he writes, is Islamic, very Islamic.
Well, that's, you know, the article really lays out the fact that this is a battle inside Islam. Who's going to win over the interpretation for these passages that the ISIS folks use to say that the Quran says kill the infidel, the Quran says this? Well, moderate Muslims who believe in the Western secular state say that applied to the 7th century. There were no secular states around the world at that time. Now, because of the American Revolution, we believe this society is better than any Islamic state, and we want to abandon the Islamic State. In Turkey, while there may have been people saying Allahu Akbar, there were also many who are probably visibly upset. Turkey for a long time was a secular country, and they're going through a battle within themselves between this Islamo-nationalism and patriotism versus secular patriotism. And the first people to be killed by the ISISes of the world, Trish, are Muslims like me and others who reject their interpretation of those passages.
No, they don't
say,
want
you know what?
They don't like you. They don't like you one single bit, and that's because you don't believe in the caliphate. I mean, the fact that any government that has a Muslim in charge, in their view, that doesn't believe in the caliphate system is, in fact, at odds with the religion. So I look at that and I just question, do we need to destroy the actual caliphate? I mean, you're talking about an area there that they can train potential jihadists in, that they can run with their barbaric laws, and that they can really generate power from, specifically now this area in northern Syria into Iraq.
Absolutely. This is what the difference is between Al-Qaeda and all the other groups that are inspired by Islamism versus those that now have ground and land in which they can put their flag down and say they have a caliphate and bring in jihadists from the Taliban, Boko Haram, and everywhere to join them. So we have to decimate the lands that they own so that can be taken back over by the Muslims they were killing first, which were the Muslims that reject their authenticity, reject the Islamic State, and begin to take sides. If we say that all Muslims want this, we're going to ignore the fact that in Tunisia, the secularists won an election against the Islamists of Ennahda. In Egypt, you had millions rise up against the Brotherhood after they ran the government for a year. So this is a battle that within Islam, there are many, many Muslims on our side, and we have to help them decimate the militants.
I mean, this is one where you need the Sunnis and the Shiites, and I know everybody says it's impossible, but you need them coming together because there is one common enemy, and that is ISIS.
Amen.
And the sooner people realize that, the better. Dr. Jasser, thank you very much. As always, good to see you.
Anytime. Thanks, Trish.
All right, coming up, everybody, we are waiting for updates on this morning's Paris raid. Expecting an update any minute right now from the Paris prosecutor. This as newly uncovered U.S. Homeland Security reports